So we teach a class called Theory of Knowledge. It's in the IB curriculum. And as part of this, we are having the students read a book by Richard Nisbett called The Geography of Thought, How Westerners and Asians See the World Differently and Why. We were looking for an activity to have students link that outside reading that they were doing with the actual content of our course. So we came to the library looking for solutions.
And I know, we met collaboratively and had some face-to-face conversations and some emails. And then we decided on combining the Socratic circles and Twitter chat. So, what were your impressions or takeaways from the activity? Thinking about, the design and how we implemented it, and then how the students responded.
I was scared to start because we were having 45 students together trying to do Socratic Circle with, double the amount of students we'd normally do it with a book that we hadn't really scaffolded a lot. And we were going to do it for 70-something minutes, and I was kind of scared we were going to end up with some problems.
Yeah, I was too. I mean, we felt like we had a good content base in terms of the text itself, but I think we both had some trepidations about the format. But a lot of that, I think the plan we had was good, and that was meeting before with you and working that out and thinking through some of that. And then the feedback from the students here helps us see where we can grow from here. But while I was nervous about the first one, the sheer number and the participation, I was very happy with the outcome. And looking here from the students' feedback, they were too. We were able to get everyone actively involved in the conversation. We went well beyond simply just identifying and describing the concepts in the book, but the kids were evaluating and making connections and synthesizing ideas. It was really, I was very happy with the level of conversation and the level of thought. Thought it was really appropriate for an IB Theory of Knowledge class.
And what they were doing too is they were taking the theory and they were applying it to real life issues in their life and in the larger world, and that's really the connection that we want to have them make, and that happened quite organically. It was, and civilly too, which
Yes.
looks like ours could have been taken personally by some people, and it was great.
Yeah, that many high school students given pretty much free rein, and they demonstrated, they were kind to one another. They demonstrated some restraint in terms of their interactions, but not in terms of what they did and where they were going cognitively. So we were both really pleased with that. And the students came out, they wanted to continue the conversation in class the next day, which is when they want to come back and revisit it. And so they went home and they thought about it and they continued to process and reflect on it and wanted to do more of that the next day. I think was just more evidence about how effective it was.
Yeah. And Jen and I too, we were just super impressed with, how they interacted with each other and the intensity and the sophistication in their discussions and the applications and connections they were making. And then the fact that when, we kind of adapted and decided to give them the option to come back into the inner circle after we'd gone through our 3 rounds, I was super impressed with how many wanted to go back into the inner circle and continue that form of participation.
Yeah, I thought the participation element was really strong. The inner circle, outer circle idea was great. Adding that extra component of the tweeting to it was clearly not something I'm comfortable or familiar with, but I learned a lot too. But they were constantly engaged in the outer circle, posing questions to extend, but also replying to what was in there. I can't think of another platform or format right now in which we could have gotten that many students that continuously engaged over, essentially what's almost an hour and a half.
Well, and the academic conversation brought out a lot of non-academic stuff. You saw the kids who were realizing that they were straying off topic, and they brought it back. And you saw the kids who were posing questions to students who hadn't spoken yet. that those little leadership things and how to be part of a group were really important and came out.
Yeah. And those soft skills are ones that we know are super important life skills for both academic and career kinds of context.
Yeah, I think they had a real opportunity to practice not just the cognitive engagement, but those other soft aspects you're talking about that will help them be more successful in college, in grad school, and just in the real world. So there were a lot of benefits to this beyond the stated curriculum.
Yeah. Well, we're super appreciative of the opportunity to collaborate with you, and we're excited to continue the partnership and meet with you to think about next steps or variations that the ideas we have and that the kids have suggested to continue that kind of engagement and participation and critical thought. So thank you so much for your
Thank you.
time.
Thank you.